Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Rhea Ripley is undoubtedly one of the biggest names in WWE right now. However, a veteran thinks that she will not be winning her title match on the first episode of Raw. Since moving to Netflix, the rivalry between the Eradicator and Liv Morgan has been a hot storyline in WWE for quite some time now. With Raw moving to Netflix, it is clear that Triple H wants to make the first episode a memorable one. To that end, the 3 matches announced so far for the card are all high-profile ones, involving names like Roman Reigns and CM Punk. In writing with Russo, Vince Russo was asked about his prediction of the title match between Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley. He stated, according to veteran journalist Bill Apter, Rhea Ripley has redefined her era of wrestling in the company. Speaking on an episode of The Wrestling Time Machine, Apter explained how the Eradicator had become a household name in pro wrestling. He stated, as of now, it remains to be seen what is next for Rhea Ripley down the line in WWE. WWE fans have witnessed Rhea Ripley rise to prominence like a juggernaut in the ring. From her dominating performance in NXT to her current reign on Raw, Ripley has consistently been one of the most powerful and unstoppable forces in the women's division. However, as is the case with every wrestler's career, even the strongest challengers can face moments of vulnerability and doubt. In an exclusive interview with WWE veteran and Hall of Famer Patricia "Patty" Wheeler, the former world champion shared her thoughts on Ripley's current trajectory. While many fans are still basking in the glow of Rhea's immense success, Wheeler believes that the time might be coming for Ripley to experience her first major loss, and it could very well come during an episode of WWE Raw streaming on Netflix. Wheeler's perspective sheds light on the dynamic nature of professional wrestling, where even the most powerful characters must be tested. To understand why Wheeler holds this opinion, we need to dive deeper into Rhea Ripley's current character arc and the strategic moves behind WWE's storytelling decisions. The rise of Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley first burst onto the WWE scene in 2017, where she quickly captured attention with her fierce attitude, distinct look, and incredible strength. Ripley's star rose rapidly, and by 2020, she had made her mark in NXT by becoming the NXT Women's Champion. Her feud with Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 36 solidified her as a major player in WWE. Even though she came up short, her transition to the main roster was seamless, and it didn't take long for Ripley to win the Raw Women's Championship. Under the guidance of WWE's creative team, Ripley has been positioned as an unstoppable force, dominating her opponents both physically and mentally. As part of the Judgment Day faction, alongside Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio, Ripley has become one of the most prominent heels in WWE. This heel persona, combined with her raw power and in-ring skill, has earned Ripley numerous accolades and fan admiration. Whether it's her dominating performance at the Royal Rumble, her key matches on Raw, or her involvement in Judgment Day's storylines, Ripley has solidified herself as a cornerstone of WWE's women's division. But despite her dominance, Wheeler believes that Ripley's character arc may be due for a change, and that change could involve a loss that shifts the course of her career. The importance of a loss. In the world of professional wrestling, maintaining a balance between winning and losing is essential for long-term character development. While undefeated streaks can be a powerful storytelling tool, too many victories can make a wrestler seem invincible, and eventually, this can lead to a plateau. It's a delicate balancing act. The hero must face challenges, endure setbacks, and sometimes lose to ultimately come out stronger. For Ripley, this loss could serve as a critical moment of vulnerability that propels her character forward in a new direction. Wheeler, who has seen the ebb and flow of professional wrestling firsthand, believes that Ripley is nearing the point in her career where a major defeat would elevate her storyline. You see, wrestling is about stories. You can't just have someone dominate forever, Wheeler explains. At some point they need to lose, and that loss becomes the fuel for their next rise. Ripley is so close to reaching the peak of her character's development that I think WWE might be preparing her for the fall. And it's not just any fall, it'll be a loss that builds her back up in ways that fans haven't yet seen. The timing of Ripley's first loss. If Wheeler is correct, then the timing of Ripley's loss is just as crucial as the loss itself. WWE typically constructs its storylines carefully, ensuring that any defeat has lasting implications on the character. A loss that takes place during a pivotal match on Netflix's WWE Raw could be an instrumental part of Ripley's evolution. But what makes this potential loss even more interesting is that it is expected to occur during a highly anticipated storyline or match that will likely involve other major superstars. Rumors are circulating that Ripley's opponent might come from within the Judgment Day faction itself, or from a freshly emerging rival, both of whom have been vying for the spotlight and seeking to take down the dominant champion. Wheeler speculates that WWE may be setting Ripley up for a significant showdown against a babyface rival, perhaps someone who has spent months building up to this very moment, culminating in a match that could end Ripley's reign. Ripley is such a force right now that it's difficult to imagine anyone on the roster who can take her down, Wheeler admits. But that's what makes this potential loss so interesting. WWE has a way of building up challengers who feel like underdogs, and when they finally knock off a dominant champion like Ripley, it makes them feel like stars. It's all about storytelling, and right now, the biggest story WWE could tell with Ripley is her eventual fall. The role of Judgment Day in Ripley's arc. Another critical aspect of Ripley's storyline is her association with the Judgment Day faction. This group has been one of the most dominant factions in WWE in recent years, and Ripley has undoubtedly benefited from the group's backing. As the enforcer of the group, Ripley has used her strength and intimidation to further the faction's goals, but the power dynamics within factions often shift, and there's always the possibility that someone within the faction may grow tired of Ripley's dominance. A loss to a fellow member of Judgment Day, or even a new member who challenges Ripley for control, could be a major plot twist. This storyline would allow Ripley to show her vulnerability, but it could also lead to a redemption arc that makes her even more formidable in the future. For Ripley, being part of Judgment Day has been key to her success, Wheeler notes. But let's not forget that factions aren't always smooth sailing. Internal strife within factions can lead to some of the best storylines in wrestling, and I wouldn't be surprised if Judgment Day is somehow involved in Ripley's first loss. The future after the loss. Wheeler emphasizes that, while a loss would be a major setback for Ripley, it would also open up exciting new possibilities for her career. In the aftermath of this potential defeat, Ripley could experience a profound character shift, one that could re-energize her storylines and lead her to even greater heights. A loss might force Ripley to reinvent herself, whether through adjusting her persona or by seeking new challenges. It's not the loss itself that defines a wrestler's career, Wheeler explains. It's how they bounce back from it. The most compelling stories in wrestling are about resilience and growth. When Ripley loses, she will have to find a way to reinvent herself. I believe this loss could be the catalyst for something even bigger for her. Fan reactions to the potential loss. While Wheeler's predictions may be speculative, fans have already begun to react to the possibility of Ripley losing. Many fans who have been drawn to Ripley's dominant persona may initially feel disappointed by a loss, but others recognize the significance of storytelling in professional wrestling. It's part of the journey, says longtime WWE fan Emma Thompson. You can't have a great hero without a great struggle. I think Ripley's first loss is going to be a defining moment for her. It's going to make her even more powerful. On the other hand, some fans are wary of how WWE will handle Ripley's first loss. If she loses too soon, it could hurt her character, says Andrew King, a fan who has supported Ripley since her NXT days. But if they build it up right, this could be the best thing for her career. Conclusion: the road ahead for Ripley. Whether or not Rhea Ripley loses her first match on WWE Raw remains to be seen, but the story of her rise and potential fall is one that reflects the ever-changing landscape of professional wrestling. WWE's ability to craft compelling narratives keeps fans engaged, and Ripley's future in the company will likely continue to be shaped by these evolving storylines. As Wheeler suggests, a loss might be just the thing that propels Ripley forward, giving her new challenges, opponents, and opportunities that will keep fans on the edge of their seats. After all, the greatest champions are often defined not by how long they reign, but by how they rise after their fall. And for Rhea Ripley, that rise may be just around the corner. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.